Yo, we are alive. We are alive. We are alive. Yeah, we are alive. What that really means, right? Well, yeah, this is just another noun. I actually was thinking about. I think I will eventually. I mean, Facebook is really a big community, and I know a lot of people there. Well, not really so much, but mainly I know a lot. I know a lot of people from Africa. Which is really interesting. The Hearts group. Wow. It's really from the heart to heart. And that's also something I think that it's really about communication, basically. I'm communicating here with you or trying my best, but also to remind you here that it's really about how you allow for people to communicate to you and how you really make that effort to listen, which is really the only way to learn is really by listening, and hold on. I'll be back. This is now, right? Hi. This is good. Yeah, this guy is just another guy, just another now. I'm tired, I've been actually. But that's why now is really new. It's really about creating the space, creating something really amazing. Check this out. You need to see that. Getting better and better. Getting nower and nower. Newer and newer. So yeah, there was a point, right? There was a point to this madness. So we're going to do this straight here. There you go. A little out of focus. It can be sometimes like this. We can get a little out of focus, right? We can lose our focus. That's why we are here now. To know, to learn, to remember who we really are. Remember, like that. It's very, very cool. Languages, Communication. Wie in Deutsch, auf Deutsch auch unglaubliche Sprache, die Vielfalt natürlich, but in English, the variety of, the tools, the language tools, the word tools that are available, to really express ourselves. To paint a picture, so to speak. An image, which is actually to be recognized. And the problem is that the image we give most of the time, well, also with the image we're trying to create, first of all, is not real. This is not really who we are, but that's misunderstood. Or rather, we don't know. Like, we don't know each other. We don't really know how to communicate with each other. And that's why, the point of the exercise, the point of the experience, the point of the now is really to learn. That is actually rather very simple, but very, very powerful. Really to simply listen, to really simply learn the other person, to really get to know each other, and to really make the effort to get to know each other, which is way beyond our perceptions of how we perceive somebody to be. So we don't know. We just have this image, but it's a false image. It's only for our perception, which in German perception is Wahrnehmung. It's very interesting. Wahrnehmung is taking of the truth. Nehmen is taken. Wahrheit, wahr, is true. So yeah, it's about the truth. Will set you free, that's for sure. But we all live in one of those, right? We all follow our own truths. And so it's really about learning to be truthful to each other. As we are all one. I mean, we know that. And that's also the whole point of the realize to actualize is we know that, okay? We have known that. But what do we do with that now? How do we actualize ourselves based upon this knowledge of true power, real power? Because ultimately it's about that, real power. Empowerment, self-empowerment. I mean, I've learned a lot about that in the mid-90s. Oh my gosh, long time ago. when I moved from Germany to America, and I became part of a very rocky, very crazy, relationship, quote unquote. But an encounter with a woman I met here in Germany, but she was from America, and then 2 months later, I followed her to America and got married to her and became part of a whole new culture. And it was, what can I tell you, What can I tell you, right? Well, I could tell you a lot. But, sorry, I'm just kind of distracted here speaking to somebody actually from our group from Kenya. And no, there am I again. I was in a different window. It's really the good thing also about windows, right? Like also windows to the soul, like when we see what we see, when we when we look, what we see, it's like through the windows of our soul, of our eyes, which is really, it's interesting. And I've used the camera, actually I'm well in front of the camera, and have been using the camera for, thousands of videos, seriously, tens of thousands. Oh my gosh. I started in 2006 to create the channel here on YouTube when I lived in America, in San Francisco. And so this is something really, really now, really, really, wow, really amazing, and it's like I always thought of it, went to many transitions and lived in many different places in San Francisco always. It was like, this is wherever you are now, kind of, I put my little things together here. It's like the studio. People can call in. This is like a show. It's a now show. It's really about advice. It's about helping. It's about healing. It's about learning. That's for sure. Mainly, it's a school. The school of life, which is really the school of realize to actualize, the school of kinding. Also, the school of hearts. That's already, it's been in the making, and it's actually now, as I'm here now, and you're listening to this now, we're manifesting that. We're actualizing ourselves based upon the awareness of what it is we know. And that's, that's what the Now Show is really. And it's also about entertainment, fun, music, different vibes, very, very earthy and very, very, I don't know what that was, earthy. But we're having fun, that's for sure. Especially it's interesting. Well, it's interesting, of course, because communication is actually between two or more people. And so that's also what I'm offering here. As a community builder, I look at myself this way, to bring people together through communication and to get people to network and to network with each other, to, for example, build a hearts network for Africa. So really communities can grow there in Africa where people begin to live together. Really, and then start building their own houses, their own schools, their own businesses, their own communities. But it really starts, and I'm working towards that, and I've been working on that for many, many years online on Facebook, as people really communicate with each other. And that's very difficult, I've come to find, especially for people in Africa. Or, well, I don't know, especially it's just different there. When here we in the West and in America, also here in Germany, wherever that is, people have their own challenges of not really communicating. And, not really communicating, not really listening, because that's really the problem. That's really we want to hear what we want to hear. That's the problem. It's part of the problem. I'm talking too much for now. I'll let you just think about it. Because that's really where it starts. Turn up the music a little bit, and maybe I can take you on a little flight. Take you on a little tour. Check this out. You can fly like a bee, I can fly. So the Now Show, welcome to that. My name is Christoph, I'm here in Germany, small town close to, between Mainz and Worms. But yeah, the Now Show actually takes place wherever you are. Wherever you are, that's where you at, and that's where you need to be. And that's the art of living. Art of living, the art of life, the art of learning. Learning is definitely an art, that's for sure. Listening is an art. Yeah, right, there you go. All of that is an art. Very cool. So we're all artists. We're made to create. We just have forgotten. Because we became part of the system and part of the injustice that is not just in Africa, where people are really suffering, and around the world where many people are suffering, but it's also here in Germany, the United States, and what really directs the world and what controls this world, the root of the problem really, because there's enough for everyone, right? There's enough for everyone. And so anyway, I don't want to make this too long. I love to speak, as you can see that, which is why I'm very much, I don't know, it's kind of like more than that, a coach. Like a presenter of ideas, so to speak. Somebody who gets people to think, get people especially to communicate, and not just with each other, which of course is very important, and really the active listening in any kind of relationship, in any kind of business that's missing. Active communication, active listening. And so that's what I'm here to help with. But also I'm sharing some awarenesses which we are here to inspire, to reach people, to connect people. Community building is about community, it's about together. Be that in Africa, because together people can make it always. Once people unite, and not just, people unite, we're all people. And we actually in this world to unite. Our common unity, we're all one. And that. We all know that, but again, the actualization is missing, and that's why we're here now. So, I appreciate you. Thank you for your time. Would love to hear from you. My name is Christoph. Again, my contact information you find on kindbeing.com under contact. And it's really all about that. The contact, the human contact. And I really speak about that so much because I have really missed that in my life. Really messed things up. I have to say, things got messed up. Just to be honest, also at the end of this little video, the Now Show, this episode of the Now Show, my family, my daughter, actually, she has a court day today. She really went nuts. I don't really want to speak about that. It's like something a lot like her mom. Her mom was analyzed with bipolar. But she was upset. Something bothered her. She really was on the warpath. And that wasn't pretty. That's for sure. And I lived with that, and I was young and stupid in my mid-20s. My children, my three beautiful children, I call them the three musketeers. They saw that. It took me years and years and years and years and years for me to distance myself from that crazy behavior, which in a way was always there, but I was just like, hey, I'm in America now. I'm going to make it here, deal with that, and didn't even, again, it took so many years for me to even look at myself and take responsibility for myself. So that's what I'm advocating. That's where I'm from. That's where I'm at right here, right now. And again, I'm still here. You're still here. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. I hope you enjoy that, and I will be back. Because this is the Now Show. And now is all there is. Now is always. Now is always. Love you. Thank you. Good night.